It's even more arrogant and bypassing sometimes to pretend that you don't want those things because of the fear that you may not get them and you're gonna fail. When you're already whole and complete, and you're ready to fulfill all of those samsara desires, which are inherently empty, but you still have the money to play with the toys, why not play with the toys? Why not buy epic houses and epic cars and just share the joy and the love with others? Just share the wealth. I mean, once one is wealthy, it's empty. It's like, okay, what do I do with my huge house and all my cars and all my time? I'm like, I gotta populate this house. I gotta populate this. Uh, I imagine Osho felt the same way. Just share the love, share the joy, collect all the cars. As long as the intention is not hoarding or greed, and it's just for the fun of it, for the sake of it. It's just love light in a different configuration. The material is as beautiful, blissful than the spiritual. It's the same thing. Modern mystic. The monk that kept his Ferrari. Hi, buddy. From a book called The Monk That Sold His Ferrari, that a lawyer, I actually studied law, so I could relate. Um, a lawyer that got everything he wanted in the material world and was really unfulfilled, so that he went to the Himalayas and he had this whole spiritual awakening, and he let go of all of his possessions, and he just became like a yogi, devoted to truth and blah blah blah, and he found himself and whatever, all these old stories. And it's beautiful and inspiring when you're in that part of the process and the journey. Um, but when you have already done that, you already got all the possessions, let go of the possessions, found yourself, discover your heart, find God within yourself, find spirituality. Then you can go back and merge that to actualization and buy all the beautiful things and enjoy all the jewels and vibe in the fruits of your work. So it's even more arrogant and bypassing sometimes to pretend that you don't want those things because of the fear that you may not get them and you're gonna fail. So that's what I help a lot of people with. Actually, I prefer students that are already there and we just like enhance their excitement and their passion and their finances and their purpose. But if there's also people that need to believe that they're able to have that too, then the first step is just to own it. I want those things and not bypass it like, oh, because I'm into spirituality. Everything is spiritual because emptiness is form, and form is love light, is light in a symbolized form. So it can be light in this dog, light in the waves, light in the ocean, light within your body, light in objects too. And the objects are not going to bring completion, but they're going to bring comfort and pleasure. And as long as we can keep balance between pleasure and giving, service to self and service to others, then there's no reason to have aversions towards those things. They're also like overly desire them because truly, like, you get the Ferrari, you drive it 2 times and then you're bored. Like, it's like, talk with clients a lot, they've done that. It's easy. It's like, okay, now what? You want something else. You want to keep growing. You want to keep expanding. You want to share with beautiful souls. The most fulfilling thing is relationships and connection. But to have fulfilling relationships and connections, you gotta be in full alignment and in truth and in great relationships with yourself. Thank you. It would be a disservice if you did that. In the sixth density, and I'm referring to Law 1, Ra, state of consciousness, it's not about overly giving. That's been depleting. That's been an unbalanced fourth density entity or being unbalanced in love. He's of highest service by just pleasuring himself and allowing all those things and enjoying them and then being in his radiance and by his frequency radiating that to the people that are ready to receive it. Somebody in their blueprint that owns that they want those things and enjoy those things perhaps would be a better service because one thing doesn't disregard the other. You can be generous as long as you serve yourself first. Balance in both ways, but actually they receive it more when they pay. My $30,000 plus clients, $50,000 plus clients in mentorships get higher results than the people like you perhaps that are watching this video and you haven't invested because they're committed. Once you invest, you already shift into the frequency of world consciousness. So I'm kind of doing both things. I'm doing philanthropy by sharing all this free content, but I don't think it's actually going to work until you invest. truly. Because my field doesn't allow to give love light in that level if it doesn't have an equal energy exchange. Where I exist in literally in the miraculous and in the vibe of synchronicities, like I don't plan anything, everything just happens for me and it's done for me, and I always get what I need and more in the moment because I already like crossed the threshold of dying, the fear of dying, so I don't live in fear. So I'm not allowed my field because of divine will, because of the laws of nature. I'm not allowed to give until I receive. So it doesn't matter how much you watch this, you won't get my superpower. You won't get my power of manifestation if you don't have an equal energy exchange with me. So it's impossible. I mean, you can get inspiration, but the actual thing, no.